Hey guys, real quick before we get into the video for this build, I just want to point out a lot of people are talking about this tank system and I actually raved about it myself. I found out through the Plumes of Hazard, which is a vape podcast on YouTube. They posted a picture where a guy had actually taken this tank apart and then the inside of it in here, he sanded it down and it turns out that this thing is actually like silver plated brass. I don't really think that it's, according to what they were saying, it's not a good idea to have brass like leaking into your e-liquid, and here's why. According to the guys on the Plumes of Hazard, they claim the brass that China makes is really cheap and it has lead in it. So I'm not really sure about this. I haven't researched it. I just heard them say it and then I'm repeating it back to you guys. I mean, you might want to take that into consideration while using this tank. I've actually since stopped using it. I mean, I realize I paid $40 some for it and I actually have some coils on the way, but I'm just kind of a little bit leery about it until I find out some more information. Anyway, the coil build that you're going to see, I actually did this build a couple of days ago, and there's since been a little bit of buzz about it through the Cloudie Vape channel, and some people in the comments and stuff like that have been getting some private messages, people wanting to see this build. I decided not to upload it because I honestly don't believe that the vape quality is all that good. The video itself is not really that good. And the coil's really crude looking, even though it's like the 20th one I built. It's just a real pain in the ass to build. And I honestly would recommend just going ahead and buying the original Spire coils and just going that way, you know what I mean? You can actually build these in under 10 minutes and be vaping on them, but I seriously think that they're using something different for their wicking material because I've used regular boiled organic cotton and regular organic Japanese cotton. Neither one of them has a good vape. I mean, you can make clouds and all that stuff, but the quality of the vape, the flavor, it's complete garbage, man. But with that said, I mean, if you guys want to try some of these techniques, and these techniques, by the way, are based on and almost an exact copy of what Rip Trippers did on his video for the Aspire Nautilus Mini. With all that said, I'm going to go ahead and run the video. It was like 18 minutes and I've edited it down to like 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so all I'm using is this, and it's just a little Allen key set. And it's about the equivalent of a 5/32. It fits nicely right down the center of that coil. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do like 7 wraps. And then on that 7th one, we're going to leave it kind of like a K-fun. Is we're going to take this bottom lead, okay, and just pull it down. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just kind of pull it down the best you can. Then this top lead, we're going to do the same thing, pull it over. So you want to have something kind of similar to this. And this is just rough, okay? Now we're going to pull this off. And this is what's been working best for me. So I'm just going to torch this. Okay, actually, while this is on here, I see that I can take and I can straighten my legs the way that I want them right now. So I did that. Now I can pull this off of here and put it back on this Allen key. So then we have something something about like this right here. It's not beautiful, you know what I mean, but it works. I can actually take this top lead and just pull it down somewhat, and that bottom one, just to kind of straighten them up a little bit. See that? So I don't know if you can see what I got going on there. Okay, so I cut a piece off, right? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to split this one piece in half. See that? Now here's my other side. All you do is just wet this with some e-juice, okay? So I'm just going to get some of this stacked e-juice I got, and I'm just going to let some little droplets fall on the cotton here. Doesn't have to be like super soaked or anything like that. Just want to make it tacky with juice. And then all we're going to do is take this now, flip it over, sticky side down, well the whole entire thing is actually sticky. And then we're going to run it between these legs, okay? So let me change the focus so you can see what I'm doing here. See how I did that? So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this all the way up to where it's completely underneath that leg. Alright, and then once you get it up there, you can pull it around like this. And now we can start to wrap it. Okay, and you see the coils right there. See, it's like this. So we're just going to wrap this around the coil. So then there we go. Now we have another coil wrapped and ready to go. And then we're going to put it against the bottom. Alright. Give it like a little twist. Just to get it past there. See that? Okay, so we got it through. It's about right there. Then we're going to take our rubber grommet like that. And we're going to carefully push this back into place. And I don't know what the ohmage on this is going to be, but I know it's going to be higher than 0.5. No doubt about it. Because it's like 7 wraps of 24 gauge. Okay, now that I have that in there, I can go ahead and bend that one over as well. So now we take our little metal stopper and just run it right up through the center. Alright. And we have something like that right there. I'm going to cut this off. Close as I can get it, guys. You don't want this thing to short out on you. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this area around the coil with this cotton. So I'm going to take a little tiny screwdriver and very gently push this around this coil. Nice and gentle with it. And I'm going to continue to work my way all the way around. Now that we have our cotton and everything put in there, let's take this and put it back in the base. Check our ohms real quick. Okay, so we have a 0.87. That's a little bit higher than I really want it to be, but it's still sub-ohming. That's just the best way that I've found to do it so far, guys. So hopefully this video will help you guys get started on rebuilding these Aspire Atlantis coils. So now we got it assembled. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on the Stingray X mod. Let's give it a vape. That's how to build the Aspire Atlantis coil. So until next time, guys, take care and happy vaping.